Certain lines you don't cross, and that man crossed those lines. So it just sucks.
Our top story tonight, ESPN dropping a report today about more than 70 current and former Phoenix Suns employees accusing the team's owner, Robert Sarver, of racism and misogyny.
Word that this was coming leaked a few weeks ago, and this highly anticipated report is now out today. This afternoon, the NBA announced plans to formally investigate the Suns owner, and we have team coverage this evening. Jason Berry spoke with fans about the allegations. First, Mark McClune is live at the Footprint Center downtown with more on what this article reveals. Mark?
Yeah, good evening, Jared. You can see behind me the Suns and the Rockets getting set to take the floor tonight to play a game, but that's not the top story here at the Footprint Center. Some strong allegations, a stern response from the Phoenix Suns, and the NBA currently investigating the franchise. We first got word on October 22nd that an article would break on ESPN with some scathing allegations about Robert Sarver. It dropped this morning at 9 a.m. and has rocked the Valley sports world. Those allegations, well, they're 13 pages long. ESPN.com's Baxter Holmes interviewing 70 former employees with the Phoenix Suns. Former head coach Earl Watson alleging Sarver used the N-word multiple times in front of him and also fostered a culture of misogyny, with Sarver admitting to making a couple poor attempts at humor. Sarver sent out a strongly worded statement when we first learned about the article on October the 22nd and issued another one today, a couple hours after the article dropped on ESPN.com. Here's part of that strongly worded statement. Quote, "Instead of reporting the truth, Holmes' story is based on misrepresentations from former Suns coach Earl Watson and other unnamed sources. Mr. Watson created an unprofessional and toxic atmosphere in our organization. He's clearly not a credible source. At this point, I entirely welcome an impartial NBA investigation, which may prove our only outlet for clearing my name and the reputation of the organization, which I'm so proud of." Suns president Jason Rowley, quote, "Today's story contains false information and narratives perpetuated by a reporter who has struggled unsuccessfully to match the facts to a story he decided he wanted to tell a year ago. He twisted statements and circumstances to fit his preconceived narrative." So the Suns clearly going after the author of the story, Baxter Holmes, right there. Former general manager Ryan McDonough tweeted out his support for Earl Watson, who is now an assistant coach in Toronto. And I spoke with one member of the Suns who had been here 24 years and was let go before the finals run. He's a man of color and had been around Robert Sarver a lot. He told me, quote, he did not want to go on camera, but was interviewed by Baxter Holmes for the story. He says he never witnessed any acts of racism. He tells me it doesn't make sense objectively. Why would you give the keys to the organization to people of color if you were a racist? So many different storylines, many different angles down here. The Suns going to try to block it all out and take on the Houston Rockets tonight. But how can it not be on the minds of the players? We'll be here all night and hear from the players after the game tonight against the Houston Rockets on the Extra Point right here on Arizona's Family.
Yeah, the game goes on. Mark, thank you. Well, it did not take long for news of the ESPN article to spread valley-wide.
Fans, fellow owners, and civil rights groups are all speaking out about the allegations against Suns owner Robert Sarver. Our Jason Berry joins us live from the newsroom with more reaction. Jason.
Well, Suns fans are feeling a wide array of emotions tonight. Everything from shock, anger, and genuine concern about how this story will impact players and the current team.
Today it drops. Allegations of racism and misogyny within the Phoenix Suns.
It's the hot topic on talk radio. Phoenix Suns owner Robert Sarver accused of racist, sexist behavior in an ESPN story.
When it first broke,
Jalen Johnson is one of many fans who say if the allegations are true, Sarver needs to be held accountable.
It's insane to think that somebody in such a position, basically $1 billion man, is allowed to say these things to his employees and not getting any kickback. So I'm sure he felt untouchable at the time, but now it's time, to call for action.
He should give up the team. Absolutely. That is not the culture that we have established in this city. We have a very loving city with a ton of amazing people, and to have somebody like that represent us, it's no bueno. It's no good.
Even Suns minority owner John Najafi released a strongly worded statement. The conduct Robert Sarver is alleged to have committed has stunned and saddened me and is unacceptable. The well-being and safety of every Suns employee, player, coach, and stakeholder is first and foremost our priority. My sincerest sympathy goes out to all whose lives and professions have been impacted. Arizona's family also reached out to the NAACP to get reaction, but State Chairman of Civic Engagement Mel Hanna told us they prefer to wait for more facts to come in before drawing any conclusions.
The accusations relating to race and how he may feel about women, from an organizational standpoint, those accusations are very, very alarming. And our position to take any public response, comment about it, we would like to reserve until there is, in fact, as we understand it, a thorough investigation to be done.
Do you think this will be a distraction?
I definitely think it's going to be a distraction of the team. How could it not be? You know, that's pretty heavy hitting stuff there.
You can bet Suns players will be asked a lot of questions about their owner following tonight's game. It will be interesting to hear what they have to say and how much support they have for